Okay. Well, we're back. I'm back. I left town. Uh, I have all my life since I was a wee lad. I told myself, Mercy Beat, you are never going to Las Vegas. And I went to Las Vegas because I have to admit that if you're going to get married, Las Vegas ain't half bad. I mean, holy cow. I mean, so props to Las Vegas. Uh, a thank you goes out to every single Uber driver I had in Las Vegas. Special props go out to Alexis. He was the first Uber driver that picked me up, and I'm sorry, brother. I wasn't gonna partake, but I appreciate you helping the somebody coming out in town that is looking for the good weed stores. I'm sure you get a kickback or something, which is cool. But wrong customer. But props go out to all the Uber drivers. No screwing around. Very good drivers. Um, Anyways, that's enough. So I was in Las Vegas for a wedding. Great wedding. Kind of fun. Very fun. Very young crowd. So I'm sure if I was that age, I would have had much more fun. But I'm an old man. So, but yeah, very happy. Very good weekend. Very tired. Came back to Bitcoin, and here we are on the week. So let's take a good look. And this is what I want to point out here. Let me get rid of some of this. Well, hold on. So if we take a quick look at the week and we zoom in here, we can see that with our fib, we hit that zero point 0.5. And we can expect to not hit 0.61 or come between 0.61 and zero point 0.5, right? And if we're looking for a dip and we zoom in, we can see a fairly good dip opportunity inside of this weekly candle. However, normally what I'm looking for is I'm looking for like it's a candle pattern, right? So it's three soldiers up, and then it's indecision doji, and then that's like you want to look for an abandoned island is what I think maybe I'm thinking of. Anyways, this is shouting a warning to me. Is it a big warning? No, because I keep saying sideways. My whole sideways, and I could see sideways, but we may go back down to 44K. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. Our MACD, um, well, look at it. It's looking good, right? Our MACD is looking good. It's not excellent. It could be a little better, but our MACD is looking good. Still, we just started this candle, right? I mean, we just started this candle like an hour and a half ago, something like that. So, we have to give this a lot of time, right? We're really jumping the gun here if we sell. So yeah, and then I'll go over some other coins and stuff. But let's just go down the time frames, see where we are on here. We got this huge amount of resistance here. This blue line right here, I think it served its purpose. So I think I can move it up. I think I got to delete it. I think it's going to go. This has served its purpose, sort of. We've hit that 5-1. And it's an easy tool to put back on there. So let's take a look. And yeah, I am already seeing A very possible sideways on the day. How long that would go, I have no idea. What's going to happen tomorrow, I have no idea. We'll have to see. But we're pulling up our 50. We're still trading candles above here. I wouldn't panic till 45, something like this. The day is what I prefer to look at to trade on. So what I'm seeing is just sideways to pull this up. And once this crosses, we could see a big jump. We could see that jump to 40 to well to 52, 54K, right? Something like that. Let's revise that to like 51K. Let's call it 51K right now. Yeah, to the 55. But I'd say we could see a jump to 51K. Once this green 50 gets pulled up, if it gets pulled up. So it's Sunday night. We'll have to see. Crypto trades all the time, but people buy and sell on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, right? And then it seems to go a little weak. So it's Sunday right now. Yeah, right. Uh, some retracing. We got a down Friday. We got an up Saturday. We got a down Sunday. Kind of makes sense. So let's take a look at the 4 hour. Yep. So I'm sure everybody gets their recommended things, right? And I was listening to a YouTuber talk about buying a dip, right? And I've talked about that. And something on the 4 hour, this right here is a dip, right? Once you see these two green candles and it popping back up on this one, that would be considered a buy-in on the 4 hour. Whether that pays off, you don't get your 1-2 on the TD sequential, but at least that's a valid dip. I would call that a valid dip, right? Especially considering that it looks like it got support here and it was going up as soon as it crossed the 50. I would have made I would have made the gamble. I need to find stuff to put money into is the thing. So let's get rid of that channel. I don't think there's any point in drilling down anymore, right? Because it should be close to flipped on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 2 hour. I keep saying I should look at the 2 hour more. So we found here support here on the 2 hour. We might find support here. Looks like we're going sideways. Yeah. So down to the 2 hour, looking sideways. Let's jump back to the day. We'll look at ETH real quick. We've got a little bit of ETH. And ETH is off to the races. ETH is looking fairly good. Hopefully you got in down here, right? When it started breaking out of the triangle on this 9. So that's when I would have probably ended up, I would have been scared to get in right here. But this 9 and this green candle and the way the MACD looked, especially, that'd be 14%. Nobody's going to laugh at 14%, right? Let's get rid of that. So we're looking like a wiggle sideways on ETH. And your buy signal for ETH was way down here. I didn't get that buy signal. I would have liked to, but I didn't do it. And then boom, it went up. So it's good. I have some ETH. I gotta have some laying around for fees. Oh my God, ETH fees. Is that all I do? Is complain about ETH fees? I think it's sometimes all I do. Okay. Let's go to my star. Well, not my star, but one of my favorites on the day. Same kind of situation as um, ETH, right? So 2%, you'd be at 15%. 9, you'd be at 7%. That's Hey, that's not bad, actually. There's trading opportunities in here on these smaller coins like BNB. I like to look at the 4-hour time frames. Now, all right, we got bouncy, bouncy. We got good EMA here. Our RSI is wiggling, which means it could go either way, guys, come Monday morning, right? So it'll be interesting to see. My buy-in, I don't even remember where I bought in, maybe 400 something, 48, I don't know. But my big buy was cake, I guess, right? So if we look at cake here, and where did I buy in? 712, I think. 712. Dude, keeps going down. 712. That's close enough. 35%. 35% plus the amount of actual cake that I've gotten from auto compounding for the last week, right? So, I'm not going to complain. And I said that I was going to trade the cake BNB pair like I have been doing before. And I am seeing nothing here making me want to get out. I do see a very good retrace opportunity. I see a couple, right? So in this case, what I like to do is I like the layering technique of doing the Fibonacci here, right? And then I like to see where those match up. So right here is a fairly good match at 0.018. And then we got another fairly good match, a much better match down here at, 0.01825 versus 0.01890. Wait a minute, 0.0189. Oh. Yeah. But if we look at, let's get rid of this here. And let me explain, I'm gonna spell this out again. I got in around here. That's 22%. So cake has been doing 22% better. Is that even right? I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. But cake has been outperforming BNB by 22%. It has, however, since my 712, gone up 35%. So that's great. Vet is one that I was hoping this was going to retrace. It would have been nice if it did, but I wasn't sure if it was going to make it down here. This is now trading above here, and hopefully tomorrow will be a good day for Vet. We'll have to see. Monday and Tuesday, I wouldn't pull anything out. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to spend some time going through some of these coins, looking for, especially on the day. Let's start with the ones that are the lowest performers right now. So let's just look at Ball, right? I don't know if it's going to go up or if it's going to retrace down more. This is kind of the same thing. Audio. Sol, I would want to wait for something to retrace because I do have money, cash that I need to put into coins. right? So I'm looking for things that are making sense. Now, right here, this might be a good one. AVAX. AVAX might be a good one. I might want to see it. I might want to see if it goes down. I might want to wait for a 1-2 on AVAX. And yeah, on the day, our EMAs are right side up. So AVAX could be going into a bull for a couple days at least. Ren, Tron looks like it's getting rejected there. I don't know. I don't know. Tron's a real boy, but I don't know. I think there's better options. Uniswap, Engine Coin, Atom. Atom seems to be, yeah. These could be lows that we're looking at, right? If you're going to go into these things, I would say wait for a little bit of a bounce, maybe a little bit of downward motion tomorrow. And if you see a dip on the 4 hour or the 1 hour on some of these, FTM, right? This was a legitimate buy back here, I was looking at it, but I didn't buy into it, and now it's starting to look really good. The daily RSI has been high for a little while for me, but that just means that there might be a buy opportunity coming up. So, looking at Bitcoin on the week, looking at all these other coins, there may be dips to buy. And a dip is not when it's going down. A dip is when it's gone down and then it's going to go back up. In the case of Bitcoin on the week, we're still looking at that 44K number that it could go down to before I would start to get real worried. If it loses the 50, then we're in trouble. Bitcoin's in trouble. I'm not in trouble. Hopefully you're not in trouble. But that's the point. So there may be some very good buy opportunities, especially on some of these coins that have seen a big jump. Now, I don't know about, I own some audio, right? But audio is one of those buy and forget purchases, right? So I have, after so many years, you develop a complicated strategy with stuff. But let's go back to Bitcoin. I just want to point that out, that we could see this candle here. If you go back to last week's video, you'll see that we were like one day into the week and we were already in a green candle, right? Well, here we're not even one day in and we're in a red candle. So time is something you have to take in account. Our RSI is still pretty good here, and we could see a rush up, right? Or we could see a dip just like this, right? And this could be the start of a downward spiral, right? We're always looking for dips. Some people call them, bull flags, bear flags, right? When you see something, I'm not seeing that yet on the week. I should get rid of that line because that's not even what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking we just want to hold this 50 here. And if we go sideways for 1 week, 2 weeks, that's actually acceptable. That's actually fairly healthy. And I can say that because I got in on cake a little early, in my mind. People beat me out. I hope you beat me out. Maybe you did. But, yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. I've been asked by a couple people to explain getting into cryptocurrency, getting into trading, what the best strategy is to make money And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a playlist of hopefully very, very short, concise things that you just need to do and keep in mind. And then that way, if you want to go back for one specific item, then you can look at that. But I'm going to throw this in the video because I've lived by this my whole life. If you go ask Uncle Billy how to ride a motorcycle versus going and buying a motorcycle and just riding on your own, Uncle Billy's advice will actually get you wrecked. Like, you'll wreck your motorcycle. Statistically now, right? I mean, you go take a motorcycle class, right? A formal education in something, and I would suggest an economics 101 class at your local community college. Instead of giving any of these YouTubers money for any of their classes or indicators or anything like that, I would go to your community college and I would take economics 101 if you haven't already. And that's like more, that's like, it's cheap, and it's more valuable than anything any YouTube program is going to get you, right? But then you have your classic education, right? You've gone to your motorcycle school. You've gotten on a bike and you've driven around a course, so to speak, instead of just listening to Uncle Billy, which will get you killed, versus just jumping on a motorcycle without knowing what you're doing, versus going to a school. And that's, I hope I'm making my point here, because taking all of Uncle Billy's advice statistically will get you killed faster than just going to a dealership, jumping on a motorcycle, and taking off. But if you go take a course, right, then you're way better off. I was lucky. I happened to take a economics 101 in college. So so yeah, but any community college will give you a much better, and it's worth it. It's actually worth it. But I'm going to put these things together as advice, right? Because it's all advice from a friend, not a financial advisor. But I'm actually kind of surprised at sometimes how much I have to back down the chain of what I'm talking about, because yeah. And then I may go over the indicators a little bit more, but I want them to be short PowerPoints on where you want to start, right? So that you can be profitable. Not so that you can get a Lambo, but so that you can get in this now, so that you understand time and market, so that you can develop your own strategies by looking at the individual strategies, and then what I'm doing, which is my weird, messed up, mixed version, which I don't know if I can suggest, because quite frankly, I know people that have done so much better in crypto than me. They're just much better at crypto than me. But they also, I don't know, they don't trade. But they put more in. There's all kinds of reasons why. Some of them game a little more than I do with their crypto, that's for sure. I'm very conservative. But yeah. So that's it. Have a good evening. Watch this carefully. All right, all the way down to the 4 hour. We're dancing on the TNMAs, so we want to watch that and make sure that we don't lose too much ground, right? But all right, have a great week at work, and yeah, that's it. Have a great week at work.